you are quick to say that, the man is sticking on you. I'm white. I'm also being bamboozled by these leaders, so-called leaders. And you trying to act like you're you're also getting bamboozled by this illusionary white machine. So you're trying to act like your shit and my shit is the same. I'm also getting bamboozled too. Like, I'm white, but they're also doing it to me too. You're not the only one that's doing it. But this reality was set up for you to thrive and succeed. I get it. The whole concept of you create your realities and you manifest all that shit. I fucking understand it, but the truth is the truth. They also understood that world. They also understood the inner world of how to create your realities to create chaos by divide and conquer. I'm a peaceful person. Peace is my thing. I'm all about balance, and that's peace. Harmony, that's peace. I can take my African passport right now, trying to come to Europe, trying to come west, and I have to do this so many requirements. But you can take your fucking passport right now, and you can get in to any country with ease, no problem. You can fucking take your passport. I don't care if you're a trailer park. You call yourself a trailer park. Like, the government put, I'm a trailer park. I'm the lowest vibration, the lowest of white. And you can literally manage to sell all your food stamps. You manage to sell all your food stamps and get a passport. And I'm not knocking you. I'm not knocking you. I'm just letting you know that this was set up for you to thrive above all black and brown people. It doesn't matter. You can take that passport and just go to any airport, international airport, and you're gonna go boom. You can get into any place. It was designed for you to be a superior race around the world. I see this when I travel. So if you sit here trying to run your mouth that there's not any white privilege, then you are fucking delusional. The only way we have peace is by saying no one race has to be put above other. So if it's fucking benefiting you, no, that's not right. We need to undo that, where everyone gets treated equal. These habitual line steppers that call themselves founding fathers. Bitch, you're not a founding father, but we're going to go with your bullshit. We're going to go with your premise. Because you cannot be a fucking founding father when you're white. You're not a fucking founding father. That's nothing, that's not authentic. You didn't find shit. You didn't find shit. You can't call yourself a founding father. There was already black people and brown people here. How the fuck did you find shit? The condescending and in sense of entitlement and your sense of entitlement, you don't see it. It bewilds me. How you feel like you are entitled to everything. And then to top it off, you a real African, you self-title yourself, we are the founding fathers of this bitch. And then while the people living on it, you still create fucking laws to govern them. It's in your DNA. It don't matter if you're trying to be like, oh, namaste, I speak the best English, I'm peaceful. It's in your DNA. Because it's in your attitude. You still fucking say things like, oh, wow, this person is well-spoken. The way you can speak, you can articulate. It's a programming. You don't even know it. You still say shit like that. Wow, you can still put words together. You're well-spoken. I did not know he can speak that well. Speak what well? What do you mean by that? You see, you're fucking programming. You think that the way to articulate is coming from your own rear view mirror, from your own lens, from your own limited perspective. You know why people are limited, right? Your perception of the world. You actually are the most limited people. Your perception of the world and the way you see the world and the way you articulate the world and the way you see the body, you know, like everything of you has limitation, and yet you claim to be the most articulative one. For you to embody, to embrace people, they have to articulate like you. And yet you are the least intelligent one. You are the least intelligent. What do I mean by that? You cannot survive in the jungle or in the bushes or in the streets. You cannot survive. A black and a brown person, and this is just being truthful. So I don't understand how you have nominated yourself to be the most brilliant and the most articulative and the most brilliant and the smartest one. Everything about you have to speak like a white person to be perceived as smart or intelligent. But there's nothing intelligent about you because you cannot survive in the hood. But a hood nigger can come into where you live and thrive. A brown-skinned person can come where you live and thrive. Because of their adaptability, it is in their gene, it's in their DNA, because they have lived in the harshest and the lowest places, slums. So when they come to where you live, they can thrive. But yet, you have positioned yourself to call yourself the smartest and the most brilliant and the most powerful. But do you see the lie? What is the power? What is the most powerful in your shit? You are sensitive to other people's environment. Other people's environment makes you are very uncomfortable to it. So because of it makes you uncomfortable, you're very sensitive to it. You want to change laws to benefit you because you don't want to adapt to other people's, which is good for adaptability, which is good for surviving as a soul, as a being. It's good for surviving to go into other people's culture and become one with their culture so you can expand your genetic pool, your ancestral bloodline, your gene. But you don't want to do that. You want to make it easy for you. So you will kill and rape and pass laws so that you can say, everybody speak English. I don't want to fucking speak. Fuck that. I don't want to speak. So I'm going to kill up every fucking body and then I'm going to make them speak English because I don't fucking want to do that. But you missed out on opportunity to learn how to speak, to add into your genetic pool, into your own ancestral bloodline. You don't want to do that. Instead, you say, fuck it. I'm going to kill everybody and I'm going to make them speak the way I do, with my limited brain and my imagination and my ignorance. You think you are the sophisticated one, but yet you do not want to adapt to people's way of living. Instead, you want to bring yours, and yours cannot even have spices. But you want to bring your rules, your laws, your perception of the world in all cultures. Do you see the entitlement? Do you see that? Do you see the sense of entitlement? Do you see the reason why black people start talking about black excellence? Because your white excellence is you don't say shit about it. You just throw it. You're subliminal with it because you're fucking sneaky about it. You just throw it out there. It's like you just throw it out there. How do you do it? It's like a mass production. You don't say shit. You just mass produce everything. Oh, yes, black, yes, black and brown, yes. Here, Black History Month, yes, yeah. We give you 1 month, Black History Month and Brown History Month and Native American. You so fucking full of yourself. It's crazy, bro. Nobody sees this shit. Or people just overlook it because they're scared of Mr. Johnson. Like, Mr. Johnson pays my bills. No, bitch. Mr. Johnson don't pay my bill. Only God pays my fucking bill. And I have a land, generational land that's been passed on to me. I don't pay taxes on. Where I'm from, it's the land that's been passed on to all of us for eons, for generations. So tell me exactly how you are more wealthier and richer than Africans. Like an African person that came to here, all because of the destability, because it was deliberate. You destabilize all African countries so they can come to you, because that's what you do. You are the master deception. Deceptive. You are a master of deception. So you instabilize everybody in chaos, because that's what you do. So you can get them to come up to where you are, so you can control them. You can control their mind, because that's what you do. To all Africans out there who think it's Africans who are fucking up their shit, you are under that white man shit. They're doing it, and then they make you think he is the one doing it. So everybody comes here, but I'm a natural person, because if I'm African, I'm a natural land. I'm a natural person. I'm also a Native American. Newsflash, because if you're African, you have a land that you have owned in Africa. So America is also your land. You just don't know. They just got you to believe that this is not your land. But if you're African, this is all Africa. The whole thing is Africa. It's just one continent. They just had their way to fucking make you think this is separate from this, this is all one Africa. There was a time when all this shit is just Africa, bro. So I have a land that has been in my bloodline for generation, for eons. I don't pay taxes because we own the land. So technically, I'm a native, the native of the land. Africans, we are, because we have a land that we own. We don't pay taxes on, because the taxation shit is your shit. Is what you implement so that you can try to control shit. But the native land people don't pay taxes. We shouldn't pay no taxes, because technically, that's the saddest part about it, is your taxation shit. That's the reason why you invented all countries, so you can bring your limited, the scarcity shit to everybody. So now people are paying taxes. That's your shit. Because there was a time when there's no need for paying taxes. The world thrived and flourished. These previous civilizations didn't do no taxes, and they built monuments because the country makes money and it takes care of itself. But you had a different agenda to control. What you do is bring scarcity, lack, and limitation. That's your makeup. So how are you the smartest and the most brilliant in the room? How are you the wealthiest? My land that I have is a generational land. So I'm very wealthy. I'm not rich. I have generational wealth because I have a land that my ancestors have had for eons. That is mine. I don't pay taxes on it. Where you live, you can have 500 million, whatever, 500 billion. You paying taxes in all of them. But I don't pay tax. But that's the true royalty. The true royalty is you don't pay taxes. But you pay taxes everywhere. Everywhere you go, because you are living in that illusionary matrix of white men. So you are taxed. But you cannot tax me in my own fucking land that I own in Africa, because that's the generational wealth. That is true. What true royalty is. A lot of people don't know this. That's what a real royalty. A real royalty is where you don't pay taxes. And that's the real fucking royalty. So all Africans, your land that you own, but your parents own, your grandparents own, your great-grandparents own, you don't pay taxes on it. But if you come to their fucking world, that illusionary limited world they have created, you pay taxes, because that shows you don't own nothing. That's the whole point, is to take away that power of you owning anything. So by taxing you is just by reminding you that you are their bitch, that they fucking control you. So it doesn't matter. You can walk around, I'm a multi-millionaire, I'm a multi-billionaire. Nigga, you pay taxes? Yes, then you don't own shit. You're a slave. Still. You're a slave to Mr. Johnson. Did you hear that? You're still a fucking slave. I own 100% of my land from my ancestors, eons and eons, and I don't pay taxes. So if the world crashes tomorrow, I can literally go back home. All of us can go back home to our shit and live freely, happily ever after. We can live happily ever fucking after with that land, and we can pass on those lands to my kids and my kids and my kids after my kids, and no taxes be paid. And that's the fucking real royalty. A real true royalty is that you can live freely in a land without paying taxes forever and ever and ever. But these fuckers, deceptive pricks, have convinced you that they're in power, that they are all brilliant and all smartest and all these things, and they are the true royalty. But you don't know, because you are under their spell. You are looking up to them, not knowing that you are the real royalty, the real intelligence, brilliance. I'm only calling out your deceptive shit, your lies that you tell people, and you think they're gonna look away. But I know the real power, which is the people, which is love. And I know the Almighty God. I know it. I live with it in every breath. And I've seen the real power. Nothing of you has power on it. Nothing of you has power. Your thing is to create technology so that you can try to, get an upper hand on something, because you don't want to go know the land, the way of the natives, nature, connect to nature. No, I will use technology. But God is nature. God is the land. You do not want to build a fucking relationship with the land. All you want to do is, how can I just, bypass the spirit aspect of the land and just go to the technical? But there is no technical without the spirit. The spirit is the fabric of everything in this reality. And you are beginning to understand that. We are stepping back into the spirit, the land of the spirit. It's the age of Aquarius, and that is the spirit. And it brings balance. It's all about balance. There's balance that comes here. So anyone that has not been operating in balance, the O, in that balance state, is going to feel the shift. You are going to follow the way of the land to bring balance. And you're going to experience things in your life to bring balance. So all of us have to self-evaluate to come into the fold. And the only way to balance the scale is through love. And through love, it's truthful. So I'm healing. This is the land healing. This is the land healing, and the land is just purging. And this is purging the sins, the deceptions that has been trapped within. It's like he's purging this poison, this toxic residue, debris. It's purging, it's cleansing, so that it can regenerate, it can regenerate authentically, truthfully, purely. like the fire destroys the lies and the deception, and then it will rain, and the rainbow will come out. Yay, springtime. Yay, summertime. So stop lying to people. My problems and your problems are not the same. You call yourself white so that you can move scot-free in the world. You can literally use your passport to go anywhere in the world. No problem. You position yourself to be the darling of the centuries everywhere you go. So please, don't act like your pain and my pain is the same. It's not. And I don't have any pain. I'm good. God has shifted my mindset. My job is to talk about these things, for us to come back into the one fold, to know that the only way to move forward is stop putting one race above other. You have done enough. You have tricked people enough. You have lied to people enough. You are not the smartest. You can never be, because you don't have the adaptability to live anywhere. You're not the smartest because you do not have the adaptability to live anywhere. That's why you take your shit and try to implement it everywhere so that people can come into your shit. You do not want to be like those people. You never wanted to be like the Native Americans, so you bring your shit there. You never wanted to be like the Africans. You go to South Africa and other countries and bring your shit there. You didn't want to be like the island people, so you take your shit over there. So you just go there and poo-poo illness, disease, lies, deception everywhere you go. You just bring the wrath of darkness. As a white person, wow. As a white, immaculate person, talk about immaculate deception. Talk about immaculate fucking deception. That's literally what you permeate. You spread deceptive joy, deceptive peace, deceptive lies that flies everywhere, spreading chaos. White noise. White, chaotic noise. White noise. Yeah. Did you hear that? It's echoing. It's very profound. Even in the stillness of the night. Even in the stillness of the day. It quakes. It aches. It nibbles. It stinks. So we are purging that. We are destroying it. We are decentralizing it. We are destorying it. We are destoring this story. We are changing it. We are bringing it back. We are changing the course of action by speaking this truth. You are not in power. You are not in power. You can never be in power. You are not a beacon of hope. You are not you are not a model of excellence. You are not a supermodel. You are not a model of excellence. You are not a staple of intelligence, a staple of intellect. You can never be. You're not. You move the world backwards with your perception, because you are very, I don't like to say selfish, because you're not selfish. Jesus Christ is selfish, right? You got to be the fish. The self fishes. That is the self of, that is self-enlightenment. When the self has attuned into God's state, that's when you become self-fish. You're using the words wrong. Because if you're self that fishes, then you have liberated yourself, that you can move freely in the ocean. We all supposed to be self-fish, like, like the mermaid, because we are mermaids, and we should be like mermaid because Jesus Christ was the fish. So Jesus Christ was actually said, that's the fisherman. So you are not. You care about yourself, just literally yourself. So you permeate that individualistic thing to everybody else. Fuck everybody else. Get yours. Don't look out for your brothers and sisters. But the fisher of man, or the fisher of men, the fisher of men, which is the Christ consciousness, which is the love of men, is I am my brother's keeper and my sister's keeper. We're supposed to look out for each other. But nothing of you looks out for everybody. If you go to Africa and you come there with religion, you have an agenda to take there. If anywhere you go, your intention is to take in the name, you use the name of God. You still do that till today. Immaculate deception is what you spread everywhere. You don't spread real God. You can never know real God. You can never know real Jesus Christ. You can never know real angels. You don't know nothing. You don't know real spirituality. Because real spirituality is built in community, is built in togetherness, is built in collaboration. But you will create enemies around the world and create that collective enemy consciousness so that people can start thinking enemy, 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 enemy. They are your enemy, they're your enemy. Your enemy now becomes everybody's enemy because you understand the collective mindset. You are the one creating enemies with all these countries. When there was a time when all of us we collaborated to create one unified field, one unified world, one unified mind, one unified body, one unified soul, one unified spirit. So you encourage competition. You encourage people playing sports and deliberately hurting one another. Break their ankles and hurt them in the name of making money. You encourage those things. Yeah, box. Fuck up your face and get paid. Slap each other. Slap them back beyond their ancestors and you get paid. Yeah. Do those things. You encourage all these things. Because your world that you have created lives on doing that. Just hurting one another to make money. Get this degree. Get to the top so that you get that degree so that you can be on top of everybody, so you can control everybody else. You have created a world of, this is what survival of the fittest is. You are not fit to lead. I don't know why you call yourself a leader. You're not a leader. You are not a fucking leader. You take out the people, the leaders who want to galvanize people. You kill them. You literally assassinate anyone that wants to bring people together, that wants to eradicate these demonic, limited entities of separation and isolation and limitation and lack and scarcity and poverty and illnesses. Anyone who is wealthy in mind, soul, spirit, that is connected to the Most High, comes to liberate the Israelites from their oppressors. You kill them. Any agent of unity or togetherness, you eradicate them. And yet you claim to be a leader. That is, you are the frontier the peace treaty, mental health expert, spirituality summit, yay, retreat, Israel, and all those times you claim to be the frontier and the front runner, the headliner in everything, humanitarian efforts, and and yet there's no progress. There is more chaos when you claim to be on top. Why are we not seeing the fruit of your labor? Nothing is fruiting. All we're seeing is rotten and more rotten and more rotten. And yet you will come out pointing fingers. Yes, there's people. And you go back behind closed doors. Oh, yes, I know. How did I perform? It was not good. The stocks, right? The stocks went up. Gabriel is roaring. Immaculate deception. Immaculate deception. So please don't come at me. Say, I want to talk about economy, because nothing of you is truthful. You're a liar. You're a devil that wears Prada. You do not know how to be good. I don't even think you know how to, because you have been doing the same thing for eons. It's embedded in you. Did you hear that? It's embedded in you. I do not believe nothing that you say about spirituality, about the mind, about the body. You don't know jack about none of those things, because for you to know those, you have to tap into the owner of it. You have to tap into the maker, to the creator. You have to be one with the land. For you to have access to the knowledge, to the truthfulness, to what it is. You hear that? You don't know the body. You don't know the mind. You don't know the soul. You don't know the spirit. You don't know jack. You are just grasping and just spinning and then articulating like you know shit. You don't, because all you do is distance yourself from it by creating more chaos. So how can you know about the land that you live? God told you, take your shoes off. Don't you know where your stand is holy? But you are the first to create big churches and the Lord Jesus. It's this immaculate deception. Decepticons. So don't come at me. I'm like, praise God, hallelujah, Jesus. Bitch, you don't know shit about that at all. You don't know nothing about the real. You don't know nothing about the reality of God, reality of Christ, reality of the maker, the creator. It's a reality. He's real light. You don't have the real light. So if you don't have the real light, then how can you fathom or cultivate or articulate real truth? How can you perceive or assume? You have to be in the spirit, in that oneness, flowing with that divinity, to be able to be in truth, of truth, on truth, from truth. So how can you really articulate? How can you be well spoken? How can you be well spoken? How can you be actually well spoken? I'm healing. I'm purging. I'm purifying. I am freeing my ancestors and your ancestors. So how can you claim to be smart and brilliant and intelligent? Nigger, you're not even connected to God. You're not connected to divine intelligence. You are plugged into the machine. And then you are sucking real light people energy so you can sustain yourself on earth. You're not connected to the Creator, to the Allah, to the land, to the mama. Because if you're connected to the mama, you will treat women better. You will honor women better. You will respect women better. You will treat black people better. You will honor black people better. You will respect them better. You will treat brown people better because they are your elders. But you don't. So, and it's so disrespectful how you just prance around and act like you are the embodiment, that you are the model of excellence and model of wealth and riches and intelligence and all that shit. But it's just like you are marking God. You are deceiving God. Because you are not the son of God. You can never be the son of God. You can never be the light of God. You are not the light of God. Not with all that shit that you do. Nothing of you reflects the glory of God or the goodness of God. This is not to throw shades on you, but I am throwing shades of light on you. I'm shining a light in that shade. Because I got the light. I got the light. I got the power. We got the power. We got the love. I got the love. So I'm just shining the light. That what needs to be said. We all know now. We can't continue this deception. And you want to get rid of me? Good luck. Because I am the land and the land is me. I am one with God and God is one with me. You cannot stop this. You are going to ground yourself. You are going to come back home to the land and become one with earth. Or you are not going to be. You cannot continue the lie. This is about scale, balancing the scale. You are about to witness the real power. You are about to witness the real power of the Most High. Not me, the Most High, the Creator. You're about to witness the power of love. And the power of love is togetherness. We are the world. We are the children. We are the one. Let's make a better place for you and me. You don't make a better place for me, for you and me. You make the better place for you and for you and for you and for you. Well, you're about to practice what you preach. You've been preaching, but you ain't practicing that shit. But you're about to stop practicing what you've been preaching. You are not on top. You can never be on top. You have convinced everybody else. You have convinced everybody. But this is just a reminder. This is just Gabriel blowing the horn. It's time you step down. Nobody needs to be on top. Everybody is equal and balanced. We are all the same. I'm not smarter than you. I'm not smarter than you. I'm not better than you. And you are not as hell smarter than me. You're not better than me. You can never be. I refuse to acknowledge you as better than me or smarter than me. I can't. You're not my boss. I refuse to acknowledge you to be, because if I do that, then I don't know God. I don't know myself. You're not smarter than me. You're not better than me. You're not prettier than me. You're nothing of you, because it's genetically modified. It's fake. So how can you be better than me? How can fake shit be better than me? How? Your intelligence is genetically modified. It's lacks scarcity, everything. How can you be better than me? How can you be better than us? How can you be better than we? Because what I am is what all is. Is what all of us are. But you position yourself to be like the beacon of excellence and shit, and brilliance and sexiness and pretty and strength and all that. Step down. Step down. That's being humble and being grounded. Step down. Touch the ground. You know, grace lands. You got to land on her grace and become one with it. Because you need to look around and see what you have been doing. Because if you have love, you can notice what you've been doing. But I know you don't have love because you are far away from it. That's why you just keep doing. And you keep convincing yourself that you're doing good in the world. Why are you going out there creating wars, killing people? And then you come and spin it is in the name of, unifying. There's no one in Africa that's trying to hurt you or trying to kill you, trying to kill another black people, white people here. Who in Africa in Africa is trying to do what to citizens? But you convince people to believe that everybody somehow wanted to come and just kill your, Becky's and shit. Yeah, Becky's and Timothy. Their life is at stake because people from other countries want to come here and hurt them. You have convinced people to believe that. People are just trying to mind their business. People around the world, they have natural resources. They have money. They have wealth, generational wealth. But you put yourself in that shit. So you go cause war so you can have them come to you. So that the whole point is to get them away from their shit to come into your own matrix so you can control them. That's what you did. How can we control their natural resources, bring them into our own matrix so that they can come in here so we can manage them and monitor them. We can manage their expectations, their imaginations, and control it. Then we can tax them as well and harness their energy. So you do the same thing. You make everybody come here and then you make it difficult. You can't come to this country. But that's what you want. That's literally what you want. You want everybody to come here, but you're going to make it look like we have to do something about the border. Yo, those that have their eyes, you trying to block everybody's their third eye. I got infinity eye of the Most High. So people that have got vision, if you got vision, you got sight, you can see this shit. This is a knowing. You want people to come though, but you're gonna be like, the border, people sneaking in, all you gonna do that. How am I doing? Did I do good? I said it, I sold it well, right? You want them to come, but you're gonna act like you don't want them to come. Because that's the whole energy. That's how the energy works. The energy you put out, that is actually the opposite. So you want to say, we don't want you to come here. This is not acceptable. We cannot have these immigrants coming here. This is ridiculous. Because you want chaos. You need chaos so that you can create military shit, control, and push your agenda. Immaculate. You're white, right? The white immaculate deception. That's the white magic, bullshit, illusionary shit I'm talking about. Those that got eyes to see, our eyes are open now. God has opened our eyes. So we know. I don't need to go and do research. Because you're trying to control the source and references of information too. But the real ones who are connected to earth, all you got to do is breathe in, breathe out, and your eyes are open. You can see. You can see the truth. You will know the truth. You can see it. See? There is a spirit in here. There's a Holy Spirit in here. So when God said, I know your intentions before, I know what you desire before you say it. It is true. It's called God feelings or God feelings. It's all intuition. Everybody got it because I'm a spirit. I'm a spirit first. So I tap into the spirit of the Most High. Then I will know your intention because I can see it. I can feel it. Before you even do it. I know. That's the reason why you're trying to suppress all the black people, because they have this ability, and all the brown people because they have this ability. How do they have this ability? Because they are connected to God. They are connected to the land. The Native Americans, the Africans, the blacks, all of them. So you want to suppress their ability so they can be able to telepathically, psychically, because they have the ability to know your shit before you open your mouth. So in order for you to block that abilities and those powers, then you have to start your shit. That's when you start conquering, start destroying, start doing all that stuff. Then Avatar told you a story. You watched the Avatar movie, right? So you bring chaos so you can disrupt the spirit of the land. You bring chaos so that people cannot be at peace, cannot be one with nature. You want to disrupt that peace of the one mind. Oh my, so you spread the airwave with fear. Now niggas and bitches cannot concentrate. So God will isolate me and say, nigger, you Negro, I need you to hear my voice crystal clear. I need you to foresee, and foretold what is. So, and God takes away everything. And you think you are taking away all my things, all my toys. I like those. I like toys. I like all those things. But as you can tell, I'm still looking pretty. I'm still looking fly. Because I got the ganja. I got the light. So I can shine anywhere. God was molding me to be better so that I can see the truth, know the truth, and speak the truth without your own interference. Because you can interfere all you want. But I know the truth. I know what you're doing. So I'm learning to be calm in a storm so that I can become the perfect storm. In the eye of the storm, I can become the perfect storm so I can quiet the storm. God is making me to be able to quiet the storm, become the perfect storm of the Most High. So where there is storm, where there is chaos, I can quiet this chaos. I can quiet the chaos. I can serenade. I can charm the chaos. I can become the chaos. And I can love the chaos. I can embody the chaos. I can transmute the chaos. I can elevate the chaos. Then me and the chaos is one, and I and chaos is one. And now chaos can just blossom into beautiful earth. You heard that? That's the key. But you got to step down. And you got to get to the ground. You got to ground yourself. And remove yourself from where you don't belong. Where you are, it's only love supposed to be there. It's only community that's supposed to be there. So remove yourself. Quick and hurry. Because you know what's coming.